Hey pack leaders, this is Hio, friends are protecting families from protecting the pack. I'm going to show you how to do auto adjust for your TradeBot secrets bot. Okay, so let me start with this photo here, which is the key to the auto adjust. Now, this key was taken, kind of brought over from Leverage Trapper Bot. So let me make this bigger. Here it is. So there's an index where you put 1 through 12, and depending on the number that you put like, hey, I want to use trend auto adjust first, and then I'll put number a USD auto adjust, and then after that I want to go back to ROE auto adjust. So you put 1, 6, and 4, and whatever that you adjust on the variables, they will overwrite each other. So this will go first, and then 6 will overwrite whatever that 1 has, and 4 will overwrite whatever 6 has. Okay, and that's the key. So let me show you, like, in practicality, when you actually put in the file, how that looks. Okay. All right. So let me go ahead and switch over to here, and here is the file. All right. So we're going to be adjusting the trend first, and that actually the only thing we're going to be doing for TradeBot secrets is just the trend. So we make sure that it's enabled here. Auto adjust is true. And then we've also put the index of 1 down here. And I think I was doing a video earlier, so I have a little bit more of an example right here. So it's 1. Okay, so that kind of that just says that we're going to look at the first auto adjust, and then if it's turned on, great. If we want to look at the other one, number 6, we'll put the 6 in there. It'll look at 6, and if we want to look at 4, we'll look at 4. And that's remember the key to the different types of auto adjusts that we have. Now it's all kind of built into it, it's brought over, but I'm not going to explain too much on the other one because it doesn't really apply to this. And kind of just start off with this for now, and you have any questions on, like, hey, would it be a good idea if I adjusted this based on this criteria? I'm like, sure, we already built it or we don't have it. Okay. Alright, so 1 will only adjust the sideways, down and up. So this will track the auto adjust based on the time frame of 180. So look back 180 minutes, and then it'll kind of have a blindness of 120 minutes. Why? Because, well, when you follow the charts, it's kind of like, let me see if I can kind of show you something here. When you follow the charts, it's kind of like, let's see, it keeps following each other, so you have to kind of have some blindness. So let's, for example, we'll put a 15 minutes mark, right? So let's go ahead and back up 15 minutes. So this is 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 120, and then 180. So based on here, I'll look at the high and low on that 180. Okay, if this number is within this high and this low and this high, let me make this a little bigger. If this number, the current price, is below here and in between the low and the high of the 180 time frame looking back, it'll be sideways. Now if this thing goes past below the lowest time frame, it'll be a downtrend. If it's higher than the highest, it'll be an uptrend. Okay, so that's kind of how that works. And so the thing is that as it goes forward, this time kind of follows that. So then once it goes forward, then this will be the high, and then this will be the low, and it starts tightening up, right? And so when that happens, there's 2 hours where it kind of has to have a gap, right? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so these 2 hours, there's some blindness there. Okay, reason why, I think there's a reason why is based on the calculation. I can't really explain it right now, but because if you actually look back at the whole thing, it'll always keep following each other if you don't have any blindness in here. Yeah. So I think I don't want to confuse you anymore, but let's just figure out how to use this thing. Okay. All right, so within 120 minutes, if there's this price here is anyway inside whatever, it'll actually be sideways for at least 2 hours. And if it kind of goes down for at least 2 hours, then it will start to switch to downtrend. If it's uptrend for at least 2 hours, then it'll be uptrend. So that's the blindness. It kind of gives it some time to simmer and say, okay, it's kind of going there and it's been sitting there for at least, let's go ahead and say you know, it's sideways because it's been sitting there for 2 hours in sideways direction, or it's been downtrending for 2 hours, then it'll be, let's call it downtrend because it's obviously going there. It's not just wicking down and going up, right? Which could happen. Okay. All right, so let's go look at the text file, how to set this up. Okay, so with this, these are the variables that we can change. It's all here. Everything that you change normally in the UI, it's saved down here. So you want to change the auto run, the entry runs to 3 to 5, whatever. We would copy paste that, and we don't carry the global stuff because it's just too redundant. So I took it out. All right, so we're gonna go. I think this is the wrong text file. Yeah, right here. Okay. So now we would copy paste that, put it here in the side trend. So when it's going sideways, I don't want to clean my DCA rung. So let's set that to false. When you set it to false, you have to make sure that you set it to true when it does go down or up, whatever, so that it stays there, okay? Or cleans it when it updates. Okay. And so when sideways, I want to at least sell one, and I want to enter, and I'm going to exit one, okay? That way it doesn't start stacking up positions. It completely closes it out. Now, I kind of feel like I want to stay in a long position, but I don't want to be building up my position, so I want to exit more. So I put 1 to 1. Before, it would just fill 5 constantly, keep filling, but then it will just sell less and less and less every time, which kept building up your positions when it's uptrending, or side, whatever. When you put this setting on the side, okay? So at least it'll enter 1 and exit 1. Now I've set my wallet down to 5, so that uses 5% of the wallet. Even though I'm already in a position, it kind of makes it think like, hey, I want to use only 5% of my wallet for sideways scalping. So that way I don't overload it, and it'll use full 5% going in and going out. Okay, while it's in position, I believe. Yeah. So it might actually close out 80% of it. I was kind of thinking about how to make that because it's kind of weird the way I set it up where it always exit 80% of that. So if you have a big position in, it'll probably dump it as it kind of goes ways forward. And I figured why not, since you're going sideways, so if it's going to come back down, might as well, you know, not get penalized going negative on it. Just dump it while it's in profit, while it's in sideways, and you know, pick it up later on. Okay, so it's just trying to keep our positions light. I think that's the key to it all, because once we start loading heavy, we can't move, we get stuck, and we're better off not getting stuck and being able to scalp while it's going up, going sideways, and going down. Okay, and that's the whole point of our DCA. So when it's downtrend, then we'll go ahead and use 30% of the wallet, and then we'll spread it out to 10 rungs, so that will cover at least 1,000, maybe 1,000-ish. So you might want to adjust these numbers. So I'm just gonna set this for now of what I think is best. I haven't tested it yet. You might want to see, hey, that was a little too much. Maybe 8's good, or 5, you know, whatever. Based on the last dump, it was like it covered, you know, $1,000-ish, or maybe 800 bucks, and that's all we needed. Or at least I want to at least cover 1,000 bucks. We might have to adjust these numbers accordingly. Okay. All right. So all you'll just double it. So I think right here we're up to $50 or $60 worth of the DCA, and you know, but then I figured I'd double that to make it 10. Okay, and then throw more wallet at it. Okay, and that's basically it. So if you want to adjust anything else, you just want to like say, hey, I actually want to turn this. Turn my take profit off and on based on, you know, whatever. Okay, so let's say it's trending up. I don't want to take profit too quick. Then I want to hold it. Then we'll go ahead and take it off for now into a sideways. So that might be a good idea actually. It's uptrending. Let's turn that off. Turn take profit up to oh, this is take turns. I actually have that on all the time now, just to see so it doesn't take position. So let's say I want to disable the take profit on an uptrend. Let's go ahead and do that. So I can kind of take it up higher. I want to move more higher until it goes sideways. Then I'll take profit there. Or if it starts dunking, I don't know. And also you can turn on your. Can you turn on trailing stop profit? Yeah, that might be a good idea for next time. So let's go. I want to say true. I want to disable. And if you disable it there, you have to make sure you set it false for the other ones. False for a downtrend. Do want to take profit if it's going downwards, and then if it's going sideways, I probably want to take profit too if it's overloaded. Oh, maybe not. Right there. Disable take profit. Nope. Yeah, there we go. I do want to take profit, and I don't want to take profit early when it's trending up. Okay, so that would make sense for me. We'll see how it goes when we run it. We might have to switch things off. We're like, hey, that was not cool with the way we did it. But at least you know how to just change the auto adjust. So that's a template for now. Hopefully that helps. And if you have any comments, suggestions, let me know. Thanks.